Hi, I'm Dr. Peterson, and I wanted to come to you today to talk to you about CBD oil. So, thank you so much for listening in today. CBD oil is commonly derived from the cannabis plant. Now, before we close our ears, let's talk a little bit about cannabis and what the differences are in the chemicals inside of cannabis. So, typically, when we hear about cannabis, we think, okay, we're going to smoke it and we're going to get high. And that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is CBD. Now, CBD is different than its cousin, THC, which will indeed get you high. CBD is more of the medicine that's located inside this cannabis plant. Typically, it comes from the hemp plant, now, which is a species of cannabis, which is ultra low in THC. So this is very healthy to use. It can be used on the daily. It will not affect your mind as far as your clarity goes. And so it's safe to use. Now, the five main benefits that I wanted to talk to you today about CBD oil are, number one, it increases your insulin sensitivity, which then will lower your blood glucose. Now, we teach a program called Fat to Fuel. As you know, Allison and I live a ketogenic lifestyle, which we're using fat mainly as our fuel source. Now, CBD oil can assist in weight management in that if you're taking this, it can actually increase your insulin sensitivity, lowers your blood sugar, which increases weight loss while you're on your journey on Fat to Fuel. So we highly recommend it for that. The second thing it does is it decreases inflammation. And that's the whole goal even behind Fat to Fuel is reducing inflammation because as we know, inflammation leads to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, liver disease, a myriad of things. Our organs shut down in the presence of inflammation. And so this is a natural inflammation reducer. It can also reduce your cortisol levels. So if you're naturally stressed and you're going through coaching, working on that, we can get the stress reduction, the physical stress reduction of reducing our cortisol levels with this as well. It also helps with that weight loss if we can reduce those cortisol levels. It helps with pain relief. Now, many people take CBD oil for achy joints. Well, achy joints are basically the body heading towards or already having the problem of arthritis. Arthritis is when the joints deteriorate and it can be very, very painful. Well, CBD helps lubricate those joints and helps slow down the advance of arthritis. I even have some patients with rheumatoid arthritis that are taking CBD and have effectively been able to cut out medications like methotrexate, which is terrible on the body, but until now, it was one of the only things that they thought they could control their rheumatoid arthritis with. It also helps with skin diseases like psoriasis, which is rashing on the skin. It can itch and be really irritating and unsightly. CBD can help reduce the effects of psoriasis. And also, in my office where I treat gum disease, patients are using this to control ulcers in the mouth. I have a lot of stressed out patients, and with stress also comes mouth ulcers, canker sores, things like that. By using CBD, when we get those ulcers, it cuts the life of those ulcers down by half. They heal very, very quickly. The last thing that I want to talk about is reduction of anxiety or depression. CBD oil has a way of elevating the mood generally to where you aren't as burdened with this anxiety or depression. No, it's not a fix-all. It's a helper, though. And so when needed, we can go ahead and utilize some CBD oil to help us feel a little bit better while we're working on our thought work. And last but not least, the sixth item, I was only going to talk about five, was sleep. Sleep with CBD oil is greatly increased. You can take some CBD oil before you go to bed, and your REM sleep will be much greater, or your deep sleep. And our bodies need that deep sleep in order to recharge. And so I see Allison every single night taking a dropper full of her CBD to help her sleep. I have to add a seventh. I'm so sorry. I was only going to talk about five, but the seventh is digestion. As with a reduction of inflammation, CBD oil can also help out with your digestion. Those who are suffering from IBS or IBD, CBD oil can help make the gut, help activate the gut and help it work better. And so, if we're having issues that way, CBD is your answer. Now, not all CBD is CBD is CBD. CBD in our society has become a buzzword. In fact, you can even go to the local Circle K or your 7-Eleven, and they're actually selling CBD gummies or CBD oil. Now, we have to be careful with these because, number one, we need to make sure that we're getting quality lab testing on our CBD. You may just be getting dirty CBD, which isn't doing anything. And the second thing is CBD tends to be a little bit on the expensive side for the high quality stuff. And so when they sell it in the stores, they sell it in 5 milligram amounts, 10, maybe you might even find a 25 milligram CBD somewhere. That's not a high enough concentration to be therapeutic in the body. Now, when I make our CBD that we sell in our store, we make this at 100 milligrams per dosage. So when you're buying a vial of our CBD, one dropper full is equal to 100 milligrams. And you just take that orally. It's mixed with olive oil, so it doesn't have a particularly unpleasant taste to it. And it's very healthy that way and easy to take. Now, if you're only taking one dropper full per day, which is what we recommend to start with, it'll last you 60 days. There's 60 dosages in this. If you're taking it twice a day, obviously it only lasts a month. But still, it's at a significantly greater discounted price than other types of CBD on the market. That, and I have personally done all the research before I've purchased this CBD directly from the growers. So I know exactly how much and the quality of the CBD that I'm actually mixing into these.